Hey guys, Rick Shaw still here. Had a couple buddies said, "Hey, we ain't heard from you in a while. How you doing?" Now I'm still kicking. I just hadn't much to say really. I've kind of been on a roller coaster. Some days I feel super good, and other days I'm tired. I got today. My wife and I went to the store just to get a few small items, and I'm pushing the cart. Well, we got water. We got 10 gallons of water, so the cart got kind of heavy, and I lean on the cart. And we got down on a long aisle, and I wanted to go get some cream cheese for the kids. So I just left the cart where we were, and I walked down to the end and then back. And I'm not kidding you, that just pooped me right out. Plus these stairs up coming up here, 13 steps. That tires me out a little bit. But they tell me I'm going to be getting better. That this isn't going to last forever. So I'm hoping that's the case. But this fatigue is really getting me. My wife says my skin color's off a little bit, but I'm going in on Monday. They'll probably do blood work and see what my blood counts are and stuff. They didn't give me from the one hospital, they didn't give me that hormone because they wanted the doctors over at the VA to have their say in it. So I'll ask them about that and what it's called and everything. I did get, couldn't afford it actually. The doctor over at the university said, your heart from stem cell takes a hit, and because my blood pressure was low, they said we're going to give you some heart medicine. You won't take it forever. It's just to help strengthen your heart. Well, it didn't come through the VA, so it was pretty expensive, and we didn't have it. We didn't have the money for it, so I couldn't get it anyway. But I was sitting in the car and looking online. Now they said I have low blood pressure, and the side effects for these two drugs that they had made you get more low blood pressure. So I thought, what are they trying to do to me? So it's probably good I didn't have the money to get it. I don't think I would have took it because I don't need the blood pressure any lower. It's like when I get up off the bed or from sitting, I got to get up easy. I don't feel like I'm going to pass out or anything, but it's just get up real quick, and I'm a little bit woozy. But we went shopping. I bought some eggs. We were out of eggs. Bought some eggs. $3.99 for a dozen. Stuff. It looks to me like stuff's coming down, but something I've noticed, and this has been the last few months. I haven't said anything about it, but it's a real bummer. I get Social Security now. I'm 64 years old. I took it early, and the Giant Eagle that has the best meats. They got the best meat around, like a Delmonico steaks and the chuck roasts. And right before the Social Security comes in, they throw a sale on, and it's real cheap. Well, as soon as the first of the month hits, when I get my check, I don't get it on the first. I get it like the third. Then the price goes back up. It's just ridiculous. So this time I got a little bit of money. I kicked back, so we went up and got it because I like to get a chuck roast. Faye makes sinigang beef. It's got this sinigang flavoring. If you're Filipino, you know about it. And she puts cabbage, ginger, onions, potatoes, and all that, like a roast. And then the last one she made was just onions, potatoes, and carrots, and some cabbage. I like cabbage. She likes to put cabbage in everything, and I like to eat cabbage in everything. That's one of my favorite things, especially in a roast. As long as and the way she cooks it too is she doesn't overcook it. She'll do the meat in the pressure cooker, and does that for half an hour. Then she'll throw the rest of the stuff in, except the cabbage. And then the last 10-15 minutes, she throws the cabbage in, and it comes out really good. It's super good. And I always like to get a big onion. We don't put a lot of potatoes in there, just you're going to eat, because you don't want to, like, we'll have leftovers for the next day. And I always have a little bit of horseradish for that, for the meat. But the potatoes, you don't want to keep them over. They don't get so good. So we usually put in like 1 or 2 potatoes in, just what we're going to eat at that sitting. And if we want potatoes the next day, throw them in and boil some potatoes. So, but the potato price, we got a big old bag, real cheap, and that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy about that. That's for sure. But I'm finding out some things also in the car. Couple things. I got in it. I did the remote start. I got it set up to where the steering wheel heater comes on and the seats come on. So when we went out to the car the other day, it'll run for 10 minutes. But it doesn't take 10 minutes to warm the seats up and everything. And already warm air was coming out of the vent. And we got in. But then you got to hit the button again. You can't go nowhere. You have to hit the start button again. And then it won't connect the Bluetooth. You have to shut it off and restart the car for the Bluetooth to connect, or just get in it and start it up, and then Bluetooth works. The other thing is the trunk lid. If you're not in park, the trunk lid don't work. You can't open up the trunk. Quiet, please. And so that's a good feature. I can't accidentally hit it, because I did hit it with my hand when I was reaching down to the little thing. Hi, buddy. Say hello. There's Bubbles. Okay, not too loud, please. So that's it. I thought that was pretty good. I like that. I like that a lot. And I like that little visor that's over the sun thing, because today it was super bright. We had it warmed up. We're going to go out tomorrow. The kids are off. They're off for the next 10, 11 days for spring break. Today, I picked up Maddie he had chess club again. So we ran up and we picked him up. So now they're off for a while. Tomorrow, I haven't gone out and cleaned the garage because it just was too cold for me. I don't know why. I can't seem to heat up. The apartment here is nice and warm, and this room is actually the warmest room in the house, my room. And I got the hospital bed here, and pretty comfy in here. But Faye likes her room. She likes to have the window open. I freeze in there. The living room, they open up the windows. I freeze in there. I sit around in here with a jacket on most of the time. It's just a little too cold for me. And then outside, forget it. In the cold, I don't handle that well at all. My body, I don't have enough fat on my body to go. I am picking up weight. I did have a scare. I don't know if I mentioned it the last vlog or not, but went into the hospital and my weight was way down, and I thought, oh Jesus, it's not good. So she weighed me again, and it was a little bit more, but it was still less. It was 171 pounds was the second weight. And I thought, oh, this is not good. And when I got home, I told my wife, I guess I'm not eating enough. We got to bulk me up. I got some half and half, and I'm just eating quite a bit of food. When I went back for this last one, I was 191. So I was up from 175 to 191. The scale was broke. The scale was not operating right. Everybody's was off, and they had a brand spanking new one sitting there. I go to the same spot all the time. But I'm done with the university. They released me. I was supposed to see a cardiologist tomorrow morning, just to check the heart, the VA guys. And they sent me a thing saying, okay, you got an appointment. Well, they have to tell me in advance so I can make sure I got a ride. Well, I called up today. I said, you got a ride for me for today? No. And you got to call them 3 days in advance or I can't get the ride. And for me, I do a little putzing around here in the car. And but to get on the highway right now, I'm not as good a driver as I used to be. And I definitely don't want to get in any kind of wreck or anything. So far, so good, but I'm just not going to get in. I'm not going to get into the heavy city traffic and highway stuff right now. Just wait and see. I'd feel better. I'd feel better on the motorcycle than anything. But the motorcycle, I went out and the light is super bright on it. I put a little bit of liquid in the battery, and I put that thing on for charge mode, and I just left it hang out there. Nobody bothers anything out here. That's what's so great about being here. They stole Maddie's bike over to Tower in the Park, even though I had a closing garage door. This one, it's open bays. Nobody bothers anything. And when I first got here, the maintenance guys, and these are real nice fellas too, by the way, super, super great guys. They got their carts sitting there with circular saws and drills and stuff just sitting there. And I'm thinking, wow, I even saw the fella. I said, did you forget that? He goes, no, they're all right. I says, no, nobody bothers anything here. And plus they got cameras all over, I guess. Maybe that's why. But nobody, it's a neighborhood here. And in this apartment, nobody really bothers. I got super good neighbors all around. There's the one little girl here. I don't know. She's about 10, I guess. And my kids and her are buddies. She comes up here all the time. Her mom works quite a bit. Got 2 jobs, to make ends meet. So we don't mind having her up here. She gets stuff to eat sometimes, and I like her because I don't care what you give her, she likes it, and she gobbles it up. So it's nice to have a kid around like that. The kids are having fun. They're doing a little bit more playing outside, which I want them to do. It's warming up around here. Today it went up to like 60 something. So it was really nice. Tomorrow it's supposed to be in the 60s again, 70s the next day. So I'm wanting to get out into that shed, sweep it all out. It gets leaves caught in there, and it's just not real clean. So I want to sweep it out. Maybe I would also like to get the barbecue fired up again. The kids love having the barbecue, and I'd like to get that fired up. And maybe get some hamburgers. I got some kielbasa in here. Make some hamburgers and kielbasa on the barbecue grill, and the kids love that stuff. We just sit out there in the garage and eat it. I'm gonna clean that up and give me a little bit more room to park. Right now it's okay, but I don't want to hit into that post or anything and scratch that beautiful car. I'm really loving this vehicle. I've had some nice vehicles in the past. I did have what year was it? It's a 1976 Buick Riviera. And up until this car, that was the nicest car I ever owned. It rode like a brick on the highway, and it was for its day. It was loaded. I think it was a silver anniversary edition. It was silver with red pinstripes and pinstripes on the seats, like gray seats with red pinstripe, and mint, absolutely gorgeous. And it even had the vacuum gauge that tells you you're wasting fuel. A little voice would come on, you're wasting fuel if you gave it too much gas. But that was the nicest car I had ever had. I also had one that I really liked was this Tornado, but I didn't keep it. I did not keep that thing only for 2 tanks of gas, because I don't even think I was getting 8 miles to the gallon. That thing, I couldn't afford it. It was really nice though. It wasn't fully loaded, but it was optioned pretty nice. But that Buick Riviera was nice, and now I got this one, and man, I'm telling you what, I like to look at it. I find myself looking back at it when I get out of it to go to the store, and when we're coming up, I'm keeping it real clean. Now we got a car wash thing where I have a car wash deal. It's a deal. It sprays underneath and get all the salt off and everything. So that's monthly, $21, and it's unlimited. You can get as many as you want, and it's not far. But now I just saw one that's even closer. And you get they actually come out and vacuum it. The other one, you got a free vacuum. As soon as you're done, you just pull around and you can use the vacuum cleaner. This one, they do it. Plus, they clean the wheels and stuff. It's a little more. It's $30 instead of 21. But I thought for them to get in there and vacuum it and to dress up the wheels and make that nice, I think I might cancel the first one and go with that. But I want to keep it real clean. It's clean right now. I like the idea of it's parked underneath a roof. I never did like, if you got a nice car, you don't want to leave it sitting out all the time. They don't hold up. They start fading. So, I want to keep it pretty nice. I love that buggy. So far, so good. It runs good, fires right up. I checked the fluids. It says in the owner's manual to check the oil every time you fill up the gas. And I've been checking it. It's still looks like it was just put in. It hasn't gone down, not even a tiny little bit. Radiator fluid's beautiful and clean. I got a kick out of looking for the damn power steering, and there isn't one. It's electronic, but it does steer really nice. I love the heated steering wheel, because my hands right now, my hands are getting their strength back. They were super weak before. I still have a hard time opening jars and stuff. I got my wife to do that for me now. I know it's silly. It's totally reversed, but they're getting a little bit stronger. But they're cold. They're always cold. It's if I shake somebody's hands, like I'm handing them a wet fish. So I just don't have. I don't know if it's a circulation or what in there, but having that steering wheel warmed up is really nice. Faye loves the heated seat too. When we get in, the seat warms up. The seats are also air conditioned, which is just packed with features. That car, I think that's the coolest car, and I just hope everything stays working and it stays running good, because I really love it. But that's about where we're at right now. Not too much else. We're looking forward for the kids. I was thinking they got the Cleveland Zoo. It's not all the way into Cleveland. Mondays you got a free day to go to Cleveland Zoo. Monday I got a doctor's appointment this one, but the next Monday I think we can take them to the zoo. It'd be nice if we could all ride together, but I don't want them sitting at the hospital waiting for me, because I got testing and all this kind of stuff. It's at the other hospital at the university. I could just go straight over to the blood work thing, and the order was already in. VA's different. I got to go in to see the doctor first. Then they give the order for the blood work and the different tests and the P test and all that. Then I got to go back. So it always takes longer there, but I don't mind, so. But I also got turn in my paperwork again for the rides, because like I say, we could swing driving down there. I just not comfortable yet with doing any. I don't want to do any kind of big long trip, and that's a pretty good drive over there. It takes, if you get on a freeway and there's no traffic or anything, it's 40 minutes from here to there, and you get into, once you get off, it gets into some pretty damn good traffic, and I wouldn't want to do something stupid and hit somebody, so it's best I'm just staying out of traffic for right now. But I'm gonna put my wheel buggy. I got my wheel buggy here. Let's see. It was out in the shed. We just took that thing and cleaned it up. The store, it's really nice to have a place to sit. One of the things that's really hard, like when we go to church, the chairs are so low that it's hard for me to get in and out of them. And then also over at Walmart, the only chairs I can usually find, there's some up by the front, but when we're in the store, I run over the shoe department. And those dang things are only about as high as my knee, and they're real hard for me to get up and down on. So I'm just going to start bringing that dang thing with me, my wheel buggy. When I go to the store now, I'm always, my wife will grab the cart. No, leave me the cart, because I need something to lean on. But we picked up a few things today. Kids, they love bagels. As soon as I got home, I had left them out. Bagels and cream cheese, and all of them, they had a bagel and cream cheese. They love that stuff. So, I was glad I was
get them that. So that's where we're at, and I want to thank all you guys for your prayers and getting with us and thinking about us. And this is Rickshaw out.